Welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Today we are bringing you an important update from South Sudan, where the situation in Akobo and other areas continue to raise a serious concern. Well, there are many people being told to return to Akobo town with the promise that they will receive money, they will receive support or humanitarian assistance. However, many citizens are now being warned to look carefully at these promises and to understand what the international community is saying about the current crisis in South Sudan. According to joint statement released by the international community, including the United States Embassy in Juba and the United Nations, South Sudan leaders have been strongly urged to stop the violence and return to peaceful political dialogue. Well, the statement clearly say that the leader of South Sudan must protect civilians and begin using the country's own resources to help its people, especially those in Akobo. The message from the international community is very direct. They stated that international aid cannot replace responsible leadership and accountable governance. In simple words, they are saying that outside countries and aid organizations cannot continue to carry the burden while the government failed to take responsibility for its own citizens. So, this warning comes at a time when many people in Akobo and surrounding areas are facing severe humanitarian difficulties, like Jonglei, Upper Nile, Unity State, and other areas, Western Equatoria and Eastern Equatoria. The embassies of Canada, Germany, the Netherlands, Norway, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom and the United States all acknowledge the recent call by the South Sudan People Defense Force SSPDF asking humanitarian organization to return to Akobo. But they also pointed out an important fact. These humanitarian groups did not leave Akobo without reason. They left Akobo. They lived together with hundreds of thousands of civilians because of military operation carried out by the SPDF. They left Akobo because they were given 72 hours, an order that was issued by the government of South Sudan, by the SSPDF, South Sudan People Defense Force. Well, right now, this has raised serious questions. And according to this report, many observers now believe that some action taken by South Sudan transitional government have directly contributed to the humanitarian crisis that the country is now facing. The international statement expressed deep concern that government action may have worsened the suffering of ordinary people. For a long time, the country has depended heavily on international support. However, the international community is now making it clear that aid should not be used as a replacement for government responsibility. They emphasize once again that the leader must end violence immediately. They must return to political dialogue, they must protect civilians, and they must begin helping their own people using national resources. The statement specifically mentioned Akobo as the starting point. Another major concern raised in the statement is the continued denial of humanitarian access. There are reports that flights carrying humanitarian supplies as well as flights meant for relocation and emergency support face restriction in Juba. This is creating even more suffering for people who are already living in difficult conditions, because South Sudan government does not allow this airplane to take humanitarian aid to the civilian that fled Akobo town. Well, the international community said it remained committed to support life-saving assistance. However, they stressed that real and lasting peace can only come when South Sudan's leader honored their commitment and take full responsibility for the welfare of their people. The people of South Sudan, according to the statement, have waited long enough for peace. Now let us move to another serious development. There are growing allegations regarding the recent killing of miner at Kaltan in Jebel Iraq. Some voices are now suggesting that the attacker may be linked to a member of South Sudan People Defense Force in a position which is SSPDF-IO rather than SPLIO. These SSPDF-IO are associated with Parkol, the interim chairman of SPLIO, working under President Salva Kiir Mayardit, and what is being described as his dealing group. These claims are causing further tension and political debate. According to these accusations, some army members who reportedly left Bilpam due to unpaid salaries and lack of support for their families may have turned to criminal activities, including robbery and attack on a civilian. It is being alleged that these individuals are connected to an army faction operating within the wider security structure. These are serious claims, and they continue to generate public concern. There are also accusations that Parkol and his group are working in a way that may be increasing instability in the country rather than supporting peace effort. Some critics argue that instead of helping build peace, certain groups are escalating violence and deepening division between political and military factions. These include tension involving SPLMIO and SPLMIG, Sudan People Liberation Movement in opposition and Sudan People Liberation Movement in government. The concern is that continued violence and internal conflict could further weaken the country and delay hope for national unity. Critics have also pointed to statements made by officials responsible for peace building. Questions are being raised about accusations made without clear evidence. Some people believe that blame is being assigned based on speculation and social media narrative rather than verified fact. This has added to public frustration. Many citizens are now asking for transparent investigation and credible evidence before any group is publicly accused. At the heart of this crisis is the growing fear that violence is being allowed to spread instead of being contained. For many South Sudanese citizens, the biggest desire is peace, stability, and safety. People want leaders who focus on protecting life, rebuilding communities, and restoring hope. Instead, many areas continue to experience insecurity, displacement, and economic hardship. The people of Akobo, Jebel Iraq, and many other affected regions are the ones paying the highest price. Families have been displaced, livelihoods have been destroyed, communities continue to live in fear. This is why the international community message is so important. They are reminding South Sudan's leader that peace cannot be achieved through violence. It requires dialogue, responsibility, and action. The future of the country depends on leaders choosing peace over conflict. For the people who are being encouraged to return to Akobo with promises of money or support, this remains a deeply personal and difficult decision. Many are asking whether it is safe or not. And many want a guarantee that protection and assistance will truly be available. Without security and responsible governance, such promises may not be enough. The international message is clear. The government of South Sudan must take the lead. The people deserve protection, the people deserve peace, and the people deserve leaders who will use the nation resources to support them. South Sudan has waited long enough. So people are demanding that the IO or the SPLIO leader, Dr. Machar, should be released in order for peaceful dialogue and in order for South Sudan to move forward and for South Sudan to move to a national election peacefully. Without releasing Dr. Machar, it will be very hard for the government of South Sudan to move forward. So this is the information I would like to share with you. Please like and subscribe to Changfied YouTube channel. If you are new, do not forget to hit the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching and bye-bye.